I believe that Josh Heupel could do two things. One, say, you know what? Told you, Milton's my guy. He's a hell of a quarterback. Number two, told you, Tennessee is in a healthy football spot. Conversely, if he beats down Florida, and we're sitting here this Sunday morning talking about, Jimbo's got to get things going. If you're Billy Napier, who's in a better spot year two right now this morning than Mario Cristobal? Who's going to be in a worse spot in year two come next Sunday if this game's not even competitive?
Yeah, here I go. After telling myself I wouldn't go into overdrive, but I'm going to, because this is a must-win game for Billy Napier. Now, you can interpret that any way you want.
Yeah.
Because he's got a $30 million price tag, and Scott Strickland, the very outstanding athletic director down there, has been behind him, and I think he can save him and get him to the next season. But in terms of the noise, he can't. Nobody can stop the noise for Billy Napier if this game goes poorly. And I'm not saying I'm not promoting a moral victory at Florida. And by the way, Steve Spurrier has reminded me every time I've ever seen him that he was 4-0 against Peyton Manning. We're talking the 90s here, okay? We're not talking about yesterday. So that this game matters greatly. And if for some reason Tennessee goes in there and just lays one on them, the noise next Sunday morning for Billy Napier, in terms of believing he can get the job done, will be loud.
Yeah, that's not great because I genuinely like Billy, but this is great that we're already in week 2 and there are little cracks across the college football map of programs, teams, and storylines. It doesn't take long for these to bubble up.
But Matt and the guy, there are a lot of coaches that Heupel has made it difficult for some coaches how quickly he got things done. But there's one coach who's making it impossible for everyone, and that's Coach Prime. You can't say, as athletic directors tell you and me all the time, we need time. It's going to take a couple of years. The transfer portal is your best friend or your greatest enemy. And if you're Billy Napier, you can't say, we got this thing going in the right direction. That doesn't play in a fan base, and anybody who's seen DraftKings, Swamp Kings, probably sponsored by DraftKings. I was talking to Tebow the other day, and he was telling me a story about the end of Swamp Kings when he walks into the swamp, and the score, and he points up there and it says Gators national champions 2006 and 2009, and he said 2006 and 2008, and he said the fact that it doesn't say 09 is one of the greatest regrets of my life. That's a guy who's to this day, 15 years later, is still angry over not winning 3 national championships.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.